This video will demonstrate how to roster a CodeMonkey classroom using the class code method. To begin, create your new classroom using the New Classroom button at the top right corner of your teacher's dashboard. You'll want to provide this classroom with a name. Select the grade band for the classroom and use the drop-down menu if you have more than one active subscription, to select the subscription you want to anchor this classroom to. Finally, click on the Create My Classroom button. You will then be given a queue to add students to the classroom that you've just created. Click on Add Students. Next, you will be given 3 options for rostering your classroom. For today's purposes, we'll be using the class code method, so we will select this option. The next step is to indicate how you want your students to log in to their CodeMonkey accounts. If you are a user of Google SSO, Clever SSO, or ClassLink SSO, you can select any of those, including Office 365 SSO. For today's purposes, we will use username and password. Once you've made your selection, you'll click the Apply button. You are now done with the setup of the classroom for class code rostering. The next step is to provide your students with the class code. To do that, return to the My Classrooms page and find the classroom that you just created. In this case, Hernandez 25 to 26. Follow that row all the way to the right, and note the class code that is relevant for the classroom you just created. Next, the students will finish the process on their end starting from our login page at app.codemonkey.com/login. How the student proceeds from this page depends on whether or not they have an existing CodeMonkey account. For students that do indeed have an existing CodeMonkey account, they will want to start by logging in. Here they will enter their existing username and password. Once they are logged into their account successfully, they will want to navigate to the hamburger stack at the top right corner of the screen, followed by the option to join a classroom. Click OK on the message that pops up. Next, they'll want to affirm that they do have a class code. The final step for them will be to enter that class code into the appropriate field, and select Enter. The final result is that the student will get a message saying that they have successfully joined the new classroom for the new school year, and they can then close this message and have access to any courses that have been assigned by the teacher. Start with the Sign Up option rather than the Login option. Here they need to select the role that they will play while using the CodeMonkey application. For them, of course, we want them to select that they will be in a student role. Again, they will need to affirm that they have a class code. And they will enter that class code in the appropriate field, and then select Next. Here, the student will be prompted to log in to their new account utilizing whatever method you indicated when you set the class code up for the classroom. If, for example, you had selected Google Single Sign-On, the student at this stage would be presented with the Google Single Sign-On button, at which point they just need to click into that to get logged in. Because I selected username and password, students will be queued to set up and create their username and password since there is not an existing account already. For today's purposes, we will use Mia4734 as the username. They then need to enter a password and then re-enter it. Finally, they will select Sign Up. The student will be queued to document their username and password for future reference. They can also download a copy here. The student will click on Let's Play, at which point they will be directed to their account that is rostered to the correct classroom. As a teacher, if we go back to our teacher dashboard and click into our newly created classroom, then navigate to the Students tab, we will see that both the existing student and the new student have both been rostered to the new classroom that was created. This is how you use the class code rostering method to roster a CodeMonkey classroom.